Hi, welcome back. Okay, today I'm going to get started on this folder knife that you're going to make. Yes, you're going to make one. And be sure and send me pictures on Instagram. I'm at Dogbone Knives 1. The Dogbone Knives site went down. They won't let me get back on it, so I opened another one. It's Dogbone Knives 1. And you can always get me on Messenger. I'm there. Facebook. Got a page there I hardly ever go to, but I'm there. And when I post on Instagram, it goes to Facebook. So, alright, to get started today, we got us a Sawzall blade. This is a broken one. And there's no worse feeling. This blade is still good. I mean, it's still, the teeth will grab you, and there's no blunts on there. It's still got the set in it, everything. Just it broke right there. Now, as you tell probably, it's yellow, and that is a DeWalt blade. But they all do it. They all will. They're just not beefy enough here at the end of them to haul all of this. If you bump a tip on something and it can't complete its stroke, it'll kick back on you, and sometimes this blade's got enough in it that it'll harmonic, it'll just bend every which way, and it'll just snap because they're pretty hard. So now we're going to sit today, going to make the blade and the back spring out of the same thing, so it will be the same thickness. And we will probably take just a little off the blade in its back just by sanding it and everything. Won't do much with we'll sand it and file it up and everything, but won't do much on the sides of the back spring. So, and you do that if it's just a millionth of a millimeter smaller, the blade is, then it just frees up and works just a little bit better. But now we're going to get started. So I have this. I have a pair of pliers, and I have a plumbing torch with MAPP gas on it, and I just happen to have a pan of perlite. Now, this is just you can get it at Home Depot, anywhere like that, in the outdoor garden center. That's what this is. That's what it is. You mix it in with your plants and everything, and it's light. And what I'm going to do is, once I heat this up, I'm going to bury it in this. If you don't have it, that's okay. That's fine. That'd be okay. Now, we want to get this thing hot enough that it's going to break all of its own factory hardness, take the temper out of it and the hardness out. So we're going to do that with this torch, and I'm going to put it in there, and and you can just do not quench it. Do not put it in anything other than perlite. I mean, don't even go outside and stick it in the ground. I mean, that would do it slow, but if it's got water in it, that won't let it take the temper out. It'll actually make it a little bit harder. If it's red hot, it's liable to make it even harder. So here we go. Get on this. Before I do, I'm gonna take some sandpaper. I'm gonna knock the shell off of it. So okay, gone. Didn't take a couple minutes. Now, this is going to be loud noises here, so yeah, there's a dull cherry red. just keep walking it down. Okay. Okay. Now, if you'll keep the blade in the, or whatever you're heating, at the end of the little blue flames, just at the tip end of them blue flames, just a little bit above it, that's the hottest part of the flame. And I was getting down into it, and when you get it down into it, it'll actually cool it off some. You won't rise up to its full potential. Now I've heated it, went through, and it's been cherry red all the way down one time, and then I've painted the heat back, and then I heated the end of it where the blade's going to be, where the hinge and everything's going to be on for the blade. So I've double heated that and everything. Now I'm going to let it set. It's in the perlite. Now if you don't have perlite, you can lay it on a brick, you can lay it on a block, and or if you happen to have, you can even lay it on a shovel, lay it across a rake, anything like that to keep it away from setting anything on fire or burning somebody. Just be sure it's there, you know it's there, and be safe with it. Dangerous. Dangerous if you make it that way. You just use it and respect it. Give it a healthy dose of respect. And the hot stuff, remember, everything in a knife shop, blacksmith shop, whatever, is A, it's hot, B, it's heavy. Not so much in a knife shop, but in a blacksmith shop, yes, it's hot and it's heavy. That's the two things you got to remember in a blacksmith shop. And it's dark, so that the smith can see what colors he's dealing with, and where he can see them better. I'm just a hack at blacksmithing, but hey, I try, and that's all you can do. The only way you can get as good as Roy Adams is be like Roy Adams and just do it all the time. Do it every day. And once you do that, then eventually you'll get good at it, or better at it. So it's like my welding. It ain't the best in the world, but it's still, it'll hold, but it don't look good. So now, there's that going in. We've got our materials list all done, and I think this is the same stuff right here. No, I think this one's a little bit thicker than this. But this is going to be our handles and everything, and that ought to do it. So I'm gonna let that set for a couple hours. I'm doing some welding work on a trailer I'm building, so I'm doing double duty today, or triple duty, or quadruple duty. I'm a Virgo, so I do a little bit of everything, and at the end of the day, nothing's done, but there's a little work done on everything. So, all right, I'll be back in a little bit. Well, a couple of hours turned into the next day, so it's still buried in the perlite. There's my map gas here. Put it right there for right now, get out of my way. I'm gonna have to get organized around here. It's still buried in the perlite, right? Exact same way it was. I ain't touched it. I don't know anything. I don't know if I have to redo it or not about the softness of it. Sometimes you have to. So right there it is. May have to do it again. If I do, the teeth are a little hard still, but file's cutting it, so if a file's cutting it, then surely that a hacksaw will. Okay, so see the scratches and everything. Hopefully you can. If this light over here is a hindrance or a help. But anyway, there that is. Now, I'm going to see what I can do like this one. Okay, now then. I happen to have some blue Dykem. If you've got black magic marker, that's fine. And I used it for a long time before I got that. And this blue Dykem lasts forever. This got a big jar of it, so okay. Alright, be back when this gets good and dry. Okay, I'm back. So now that you have all your material and everything, this is just going to be, we're not actually going to do anything, or I'm not going to do anything to the blade or make the knife. I sat down, I done the layout, and I've got it down, and I will let you screenshot. I'll let you freeze it and look at it and do whatever, or you know. And anyway, hope everybody can read my nasty writing, but including the legend and everything. There it is, and it's made to scale, so if you want to lay it out on your own piece of paper so you can glue it onto your piece of Sawzall blade or whatever kind of blade steel you got, this will work. So yep, I've not laid anything out. I did put some blue Dykem on this one, and earlier where I annealed it, the file will cut it, so everything but the teeth didn't get, well, I didn't spend much time on the teeth, but what they do is on this bimetal blade, when they set the teeth, they notch the teeth and then they set them. They just go down through there and they just, as they go, they just give them a little wave, and which sets them, and it's usually 2 teeth to the right and 2 teeth to the left, you know, just back and forth the whole way. And it doesn't matter. They probably put the teeth on first and then stamp out the profile and everything else at one, you know, on the rest of it. But anyway, they leave this kind of flexible, so annealing it helps take some of it out. But the teeth are run through a heat cycle. They just a lower, you know, like 1/4 inch or so, just a little bit above these teeth, they heat treat, and really heat treat. And I didn't get it cold enough or hot enough to get them. So I'm not gonna, hopefully everybody's got a bench grinder, you know, or a angle grinder. Well, I don't have a bench grinder per se, but I do have an angle grinder, and I've got my belt sander, so I can take it and get the teeth off of it. That, you know, I'm not worried about me getting it off. I'm just saying that you may need to pay special attention to the teeth that I just didn't do. My concentration was on this back here, because that's what I wanted, and so that's what I got. Now these measurements are for the size material that I've got, which happens, the blade, this blade happens to be 22 millimeters from here to the top of the teeth, which is 7/8 of an inch. So, and I don't even know how thick it is. I hadn't even thought about measuring that. It's 6.72 there. 668. 670. Yep. 670. 670. 669. 6670. That's millimeters. So yeah. That don't hardly look right. 6 millimeters, 1/4 inch. Oh, no wonder. Didn't zero it out. Dummy. 1.62. 1.65. 1.60. 1.60. 1.61. 1.63. 1.63. So stands to reason it'd be a little thinner up here toward the top, because that's where it's used at the most. So anyway, so this is well on the way. I hope, like I said, I hope that you that, and you know, if you need it sent to you, I can take a screenshot. I can just take a picture of it and send it to you. My email address is dogboneknives@yahoo.com. So no caps, all lowercase, everything. So, and then I can just take a picture of it and send it to you, hopefully, or messenger. I can message you a picture of it if that's better. You know, I'm on Facebook, where you get the the messenger ad, or I'm on there. I guess you look, I don't even know how you look me up. Probably just type in Bobby Shields, I guess, and see what that does. And hopefully, now when we come back, I'm going to cut this out and glue it on to the saw blade. So that I will, and so everything's working the way I was taught, was from left to right. The same way you read, you work that way. Now the blade, because I had all these other measurements over here, I decided I'd put the blade over here, down here, so I could have a legend right there of what everything was. I have to put things on there so I don't forget what I've done. But anyway, we will come back and cut this out and get started on it. This is just to give you something to draw. I've done it all in millimeters and everything, so like I said, hopefully you can read it. And I will put it up here and do it like this right here. And I'm looking around through here. So hopefully that's in focus, and hopefully you can read all the information on it. So that's that. So till we get started on this thing, I told you it's going to be a multi-process, multi-step process, because I'm going to do it with, other than the teeth, grinding the teeth off of my belt sander, everything else is going to be done with hand tools. Anyway, till next time, it's Bobby Shields saying, God bless.